Whoops. Don't break the mirror. Once you lie down, of course, you can decide taking the shape of Shavasana, just kind of stretching out, or you can have your knees bent. It's funny, as we're talking about all that stuff, I got really sweaty. It's like probably brought on a hot flash. So any way that you are comfortable on your back, and then consider, because we can let go of all the other stuff and we can bring one hand to the belly and one hand to the heart. And we can just breathe in and breathe out with that connection. Really nice to connect in that way. Very simple. Heart and belly. Inhale and exhale. And we'll share this quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. I shared it yesterday in class, but it's so beautiful. Breathing in, I am aware that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am aware that I am breathing out. Breathing in, I am grateful for this moment. Breathing out, I smile. Breathing in, I am aware of the preciousness of this day. Breathing out, I vow to live deeply in this day. Brings us right into the present moment. Maybe you add that tiny smile onto your face. Notice where your attention is. And come right back to the breath if your mind wandered off. And then you might switch your hands, especially if you always do the same hand in the same location. You might invite a deeper breath, but not forceful, just if it feels good. Take a deeper inhale and exhale through the nose. And keep your hands where they are, or release your arms out into a T or Shavasana. We'll take a few more breaths here, connecting to this moment. And bring your hands to touch in front of your heart. And we notice the connection to this chakra, the heart chakra. We can remember caring and compassion, love in and love out, even in the times that are challenging and messy. I guess that's part of the practice, a big part of it, truly. And we'll send some love out from our hearts out into the world. And release your hands. You'll take whichever hand you'd like. We're going to do a few heart rubs, just heart center, chest, rub, circular, and then switch direction. Just a few heart rubs. I feel like it's kind of like when you made the light bright and then you plugged it in and actually saw the design. It's like enlivening and lightening up the heart. All right, let's do the belly. Maybe switch hands, a little gentle rub of the belly. And switch direction. Release and draw your knees in toward your chest. We can start by making this like an upside down child's pose, knees wide and toes touch. If it doesn't feel good like that, you can bring the legs closer together. Just adjust as it feels good in your body. A gentle stretch on the hips and the low back. Bring the legs all the way together now. As you draw some circles, let the arms steer the legs around. Nice and slow. Don't forget, even though we go slowly in this class, you can always do less. And rest whenever you want for as long as you want. Just bring your awareness to your breath. That's the part of the practice that keeps us present. Switch direction with your circles, legs together. And let the legs separate. We're going to circle each leg going around. Arms still doing most of the work. Allow that gentle movement in your low back as it rises off the floor a little bit and then flattens back out. And switch direction. Release your legs. You can keep them bent or straighten them out. Let's try both arms at the same time. Inhale, reaching up and over, stretching through the sides, and exhale, arms back down. Couple more times. Inhale, reaching up and over any amount. Exhale down. Following your breath. Finish the one you're on and take one more if you'd like. Now we're going to take a gentle twist. So options, you probably already know what I'm going to say, but you can take the twist from the windshield wiper legs, bending the knees, taking the feet a little wider, and we'll drop the knees to the right. You can make a pillow stack, pillow under, and then leg, pillow, leg. If it feels better, you can draw the legs in toward your chest and take them over to the right. Still adding pillow or two. Allow your arms to go out in a T. Adjust your pelvis as needed. You can have your head neutral, just looking up at the sky, or maybe a few times you turn away from the knees. So head to the left and back to center. Any amount, you don't need to go to the end range or anything like that. Just moving the head. And then you decide. You can pause, head in neutral or looking to the left. And depending on the shape of the twist, if it feels nice, you can bring your right hand to your belly. As you breathe, you'll just sense and feel the rise and fall of the breath. A couple more breaths here, letting maybe both arms be in the T shape. Bring your head back to neutral. Another breath here. Instead of coming back to center now, we're going to go ahead and turn all the way to the right into fetal pose. So the legs already were to the right. Now you can let the rest of the body come on to the side, fetal pose on your right side. And set yourself up. I like to take a pillow and a blanket under the head and the neck, and then the other pillow between the legs. If you need some extra cushion under the bottom hip, you can of course add that. And a couple choices. We're going to make some circles for the shoulder joint. You can bring your fingertips to your shoulder, drawing the circles with the elbow. If it feels nice, you can do a full arm rotating or going around. You can also, with either one, add the twisting element, allowing the thoracic spine, the upper back, to twist, heart toward the sky. Full breaths, and allow the circles to have a really graceful, easy feeling. Or if we are the eagles, a peaceful, easy feeling. Switching direction with your circles. One or two more in this direction, and then we rest. When you pause to rest, the top arm can be on the side body or out in front of the body. Maybe close your eyes. Bring your awareness into the back body. So often in this class, we're lying down and we're on our back. So this is a nice opportunity to breathe into the low back and the upper back. Thinking spaciousness, like a massage, but with breath. At the bottom of your next exhale, slowly make your way onto your back. You can stretch your legs out or keep them bent. We'll pause in the center for a breath or 2 or 4. The first part is our twist. You do not have to do the same twist that you did on the first side. Remember, windshield wiper option, feet down, feet wide, and then legs to the left. Maybe making a pillow stack, or draw the knees in and take the knees to the left. Your arms can come out in a T. And for a few times, let's turn the head toward the right. You can always choose to keep the head in neutral. And then decide, head in neutral or looking to the right, maybe taking the left hand to your belly, feeling the rise and fall with each breath. Release your arm out into the T. Bring your head back to neutral. Take another 2 breaths here. And we'll go ahead and continue to the left, all the way into fetal pose, onto your left side. Setting yourself up. I'm going to flip myself around so I can still see. Maybe shifting your props. Make sure that your head and your neck are happy, your hips. And then you'll decide. Again, you don't have to do the same thing that you did on the other side. Fingertips to shoulder, that was one option. Circling the elbow. Circling the arm, or maybe the full arm. Either way, you can add the twist. Heart toward the sky. Arm moving slowly, no rush. Let's switch direction. And one more time around. And pause on your side body to rest. Maybe close your eyes. Bringing your awareness to the back body. Each breath, imagine spaciousness and ease. Few more breaths here on this side. We're going to do a couple of things on our bellies. If you don't want to do that at this time, you'll roll back onto your back. And otherwise, you'll roll on to your belly. You can use your hands as a pillow or use the edge of your blanket for your forehead. Either way. If you're on your belly, feel free to stretch out into crocodile here. That's where I am. Or on your back, on your back, you can stretch out into starfish. Arms in a T or up and overhead. Long legs. Take a few full breaths here, the whole body. Inhaling and exhaling. If you are on your back, bend your knees, and you're going to take some windshield wipers, feet wider than the hips, nice and slow wipers. If you're on your belly, bend your knees, and you can take your knees as wide as your mat, and then crisscross. Just let the shins crisscross, applesauce. Keep the pelvis grounded. And wherever you are, just move gently and notice the breath. And you may begin, if you'd like, to pick up the pace a little bit. We're not rushing. We're not in the fast lane, more like maybe the second or middle lane. Just a few more breaths here. If you're on your belly, straighten your legs out. On your back, you can straighten legs or keep them bent. For the arms, if you are on your back, cactus arms. So you're going to get a little bit of a back bend, cactus arm shape. And then if you're on your belly, you can take a wide diamond with your arms, lift your chest. So we're in a back bend, reaching chest forward. If it feels amazing and you want to go forth, you can come into Sphinx pose, elbows under your shoulders and arms reaching out from there. And please know, if you get to Sphinx and you're like, ew, then you take the arms wider and go back down to the wide diamond, the lower back bend. It's nice. Either way, we're breathing. The neck is very long and happy here. Even if you're in Sphinx, you are not scrunching. There's not tension in the throat. And press your pelvis down. Press your feet down. You might lift the kneecaps. This is for the belly. So you feel the action of the legs as you reach the chest forward. 2 more breaths. You can stay in cactus arm on your back. We are going to slowly come down, take a couple of breaths with forehead on the hands, and then we'll join our friends on the back. We're all on the back now. You can release the cactus arm. And let's take a low, thread the needle. Left leg on top. Let the arms relax, chest relaxes. We'll take a few ankle circles with the left foot. Switch direction. And just find stillness. Breathing in, breathing out. At the bottom of your next exhale, release the left leg. Take the right leg on top. Low thread the needle. Right foot and ankle circles. Switch direction. And come to stillness. Bottom of your exhale, release the right leg. And let's take our cushion and come into supported bridge. Any kind of pillow or folded up blanket. Adding in or taking away the support of your head and your neck, just making sure that if you take it away, the head is still neutral. The neck is long, there's no tension. And you can keep your feet on the ground, or if it feels nice to take the legs up, you can do that. There's time for both. And we were in cactus arms earlier. We also did a lot of thoracic twists with our fetal pose, those big circles. So if it feels good to be in that shape again, you can do that. If you want something a little quieter, maybe the arms are in the shape of Shavasana and maybe even palms down. We'll spend about another minute or so here. You can switch the shape of the legs as you'd like. Bring your legs down to the mat. We'll repeat thread the needle, left leg on top. You can take the low variation, or maybe you want to hug the knees in or the legs in toward your torso. It's nice with the cushion underneath. And you can hold right thigh or right shin. Let's take a deep breath in and maybe audibly sigh it out. And you might do that twice more. Releasing and switching sides. Taking the low variation or drawing the legs in, holding thigh or shin. Maybe take 3 really deep, full breaths with an open mouth exhale. Release the legs. Feel your feet on the ground. Take 2 more breaths here. And you'll come off the cushion. And bring your pelvis down to the ground. If you took out your pillow, you can add it back in. You're going to stretch out into your shape of Shavasana today. Maybe legs over the cushions. Your arms by your sides, but try not to have them, snug. A little bit of space. Palms can be up or down. And give yourself these first few breaths here to let the body realize, okay, we're resting, accepting stillness and some surrender. A great healing place for the body and the mind. And bring your awareness back to your breath. Invite some gentle movement, fingers, toes, maybe a smile. And take a full body stretch, reaching your arms up and over. When you're ready, bend your knees and roll to your side, fetal pose. Pausing to notice how you feel after the practice. And bring yourself up to sit. We'll do it again. A little heart rub. And a little belly rub. And then hands to touch at heart center. Thank you. Thank you for being here, for sharing your practice, for being adventurous.